Welcome to the race-by-race preview for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. 8-race program, slightly earlier start to 7:10 the first for an 8-race program. And we are on the A course. And the first is a Class 5 over the 1,000 metres. Good boy, he comes back in trip. Multimore, both wins have been course and distance. That Hedges trialled since being scratched on the 13th of September. Tronic Mighty is a last start winner. Ha Ha at Heart, trialled well and then disappointed first up. Six Best Friends, 1650 at the back end of last campaign, comes back to the 1,000. And Bella Victory. Shadow Roll Off, blinkers on once again and has moved stables and is now with Douglas White. If we have a look at the speed here, Paul, Multimore gets across to lead. Diamond Soars comes up outside of him, and Theta Hedge does have pace but missed a run leading into this. Yeah,
he has, hasn't he? And look, back to 1,000 metres, Theta Hedge has led over the 1,200 and the 1650. So I thought Multimore, who has led over 1,000, will have that superior pace to cross him. Happy Horse is another one we've seen go forward, so it should be good pace in this race. Six Best Friends, Bella Victory, and then these horses will get their opportunities. I think Good Boy, Tronic Mighty.
There is plenty to look at in our first replay. The winner is Tronic Mighty. There's Multimore and Diamond Soars. They might swap spots and positions as far as their barriers go this week as opposed to that week. The other two finished well back.
They did. Look, I'm going to take Tronic Mighty out of this race. He won fresh up last season and followed up with a nose second. He's won fresh up this season, this race here. So he can hold his form is the point I'm trying to make. So I think he can go on and run well once again. I did like the way Multimore kept really pushing there as well because he was on that pace. So look, I'm going to include him as well.
All right, well, Theta Hedge was sent back to the trials after rearing over at the gates last time. That was up at Chung Fa. And he jumped well, he led, and he seemed to do it quite easily. First up record, though, 3 starts for Zip.
And 1 start over the 1,000 for Zip as well. So that's just a little query for him. But we know he's got a good set of, good pace early on, so he can jump out the gates well. He'll put himself in the race, and so look, I am going to include him on a minor line.
Lyle Hewitson rides him for Francis Loy. The horse he beats there is Circuit Blazing, but in the end he's been able to score by an easy 2 lengths. Now, Six Best Friends hasn't done much on race day. He's a horse that's had 12 starts. He has run a placing. His trial, he was pushed right along here. Keith Young, Manfred, man, he does get a good draw of barrier number 1. Yeah,
he's been that one-hit wonder running that only second, isn't he? He's drawn what nicely in barrier 1. He'll get pace on. But they tried him up to 1650 last time. And look, he's had 3 goes over the 1,000 and hasn't done anything. So I'm just going to watch him. I didn't like the way he was pushed out at the end of that trial.
OK, so it's a no for Six Best Friends, who it's a yes for.
Tronic Mighty. I'm going to go with Tronic Mighty. I think he can go back to back. Tried to do it last season and went within a nose of doing that. A Good Boy. I'm going to put him in. He's the downgrader. Did finish off strongly last time and has drawn nicely in barrier 2. Multimore and Theta Hedge from the front. So ended up with 5, 1, 3, 4.
Paul with a Zach Purton, Jamie Richards combination to take the first at the Valley. Another Class 5 is race number 2, but they run a longer trip in this one up to the 1,650 metres. Post time is 7:40. Brave and Bold was due to run on Sunday, but had a nomination for this meeting, so he'll run on Wednesday night. Happy Jai comes back in trip. Wider draw for Regency Happy Star. Medic Elite's a last start winner, extra £6 for him. Eagle Run gets that weight turnaround on Medic Elite from their last clash. Fortune Triple, both of his wins 2,200 metres, but he's first up. And Happy Hero was with Dennis Ship, and he's joined the stable now of Mark Newnham. Eagle Run leads Paul. Those out wide include Star of Glory and Medic Elite. Happy Jai is going to get another nice trip. Yeah, he should get every opportunity. Smart Beauty went better at his last start, and he should get a nice run into the race as well. Yeah, Medic Elite's just drawn wide, so he just might find it a little bit tough in the early stages. Chiron's normally midfield there, co-partner Era, and back to Happy Hero. I think Regency Happy Start from his wide draw go all the way to the back. We are going to start with the horse getting a really good run there on the speed map, Happy Jai. He did this night too, Paul. He's out-finished in the end and has to settle for third, but this was 1,800 metres. The 1,650 has been where he's done all of his winning. Yeah,
so he looks a lot better placed there, and he has won 3 times here over the course and distance. He's going to get that perfect run, and I just think the 1,800 was a step too far here. Classic Archie that did win the race looked a horse waiting to happen and win it waiting to happen. So I thought he fought on nice enough there for third.
Winning form in our next replay from Medic Elite. We know him well on a Wednesday night around Happy Valley, but as we saw on your speed map, he might have to do some work. Eagle Run draws barrier number 5. Is there a chance they could finish in a different order this week?
It's possible. Look, I haven't seen it that way, though. I've got Medical Elite. And the only thing that worried me about Eagle Run is that this was the first time we saw that glimpse of form. He was a massive price when he did this as well. So he was basically at 30 to 1. So we'll see what happens with him. But I've got the other one only on a minor line because of the draw.
OK, that was Medical Elite, the winner of that race. And finally, we head to Smart Beauty, who, as you said, was better last time, running third. And co-partner Era, he's the best qualified horse in the race. He's won 4 from 45, 1 from 2 in this grade.
Yeah, so both those go in for me. Look, I thought they both ran pretty well here. Smart Beauty is obviously a horse that's slowly on the improve as well. And he fought strongly. He got through that gap. And he wasn't too far away from winning this race. Now, it wasn't an overly strong race, but I think both of them have got chances.
All right, that is the replay for race 2, but you're with Happy Jai Jai.
Yes, I am. You did that well. So he's on top there, Happy Jai Jai. So Happy Jai Jai on top, co-partner Era coming out of that race. He'll strip fitter for that. Smart Beauty and Medical Elite. 3, 2, 11 and 6.
And I'll see myself out after race number 2. One of the 2 Class 3s on Wednesday night is race number 3, and the barrier stalls will be at the 1650-metre start point. Winning Dragon gets a better draw. Beautyverse comes back in trip. All Beauty is first up, and he has won first up previously. Torbian Prince makes his Happy Valley debut. No trials here. Better draw for Jumbo Fortune. And his best form has been when he's been second up. Comet Splendeto's placed 2 from 3 second up. Also, High Rise Soldier has his first look over the 1650 metres. Speed here, Paul. Winning Dragon goes forward. Barrier number 10 last time means he had to do a little bit of work. Barrier number 4 is meaning he's going to get an easier lead this week, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And he's got the apprentice claim as well, so I think he can get forward and lead. Star Contact likes to go forward but doesn't necessarily want to lead. Torbian Prince has drawn the inside, so he can be positive. He's only had 3 starts and finished towards the back. I thought Ivy League could get himself into a nice run. Capital Legend, All Beauty. So I think every horse is going to get their chance. Comet Splendeto's drawn wide, so I think he's going to have to go back.
There's lots of horses in our first replay that clashed last time that clash again here, Paul. From inside out, Star Contact, Winning Dragon, Ivy League, Capital Legend, Jumbo Fortune. Which one or ones of those 5 do you like in this?
I've actually included 3 in my numbers. So I think this is the main form race, and I like the way Capital Legend really finished off strongly. Look, we know Winning Dragon can be a hard horse to get past, especially here at Happy Valley, if he gets his own way in front, which he can. And I like the way the horse in the blue there, Ivy League, finished off strongly as well. So all 3 of those go in for me.
OK, good form race, that one leading into Wednesday night. We head across now to Shartin for our second replay. In Comet Splendito, 1400 metres. And what he's done in the past, Paul, it has to be a benefit, doesn't it, coming back to Happy Valley and up in trip? Yeah,
1650 looks good for him, and he really finished off strongly. He finished at 5th in this particular race. Once he got into the clear, he finished off nicely. So, look, he's definitely one of the chances in the race, and he comes in with a lightish weight as well, up to a favoured distance, back to his favourite track. So, plenty of positives around him.
Harry Bentley on board, rode him about 12 months ago, Harry. For 2 rides, for 2 placings, hasn't been on him since, but he does have a good record in a couple of rides aboard Comet Splendito. Beautyverse, he was first up at Happy Valley last time over the 1800 metres. He drops back to the 1650. His win in Hong Kong was 1600. Of course, he won over much further, up to 2500 metres in Australia. He
did, didn't he? Look, and he did win that race at Sha Tin, and that was on his debut here in Hong Kong. Look, I didn't mind him this night because he'd trialled well leading into it, and the fresh up run I thought was the best time to get him. But it was a bit of a muddly run race, but look, I thought he had his chance.
All right, so no Beautyverse for Paul this week. All Beauty comes here for the first time this season. He's had just the 1 trial, and he was just, as you can see there, 3rd turning for home. That's where he was the entire way. He's a 3-time winner, one of them over the 1650. Yeah,
look, he was on the cusp for me. Didn't quite get in All Beauty, but has won fresh in the past. He was just pushed out a little bit in this trial. Like, he has a horse that's won fresh, so we know that that sort of condition doesn't really mind him. But you can just see for yourself here, he was just a little pushed out a little bit, just niggled along a bit. So, look, I didn't include him in there.
He misses out, does All Beauty. That's a look at plenty of horses in race number 3, Paul. And as we heard from the first replay, a number of those are in.
Yeah, they are. So Capital Legend, actually, I'm going to put on top there, just failed to win it his last time. Winning Dragon in there for second. Ivy League comes out of that same race, so taking the first 3 out of that race, 4, 1 and 8, and Combat Splendido up and trip. He might have been slightly higher in the numbers, just with his wide draw, he might just be a little bit further back than he should have been. 4, 1, 8 and 9.
Paul with Capital Legend to win the first leg of Wednesday night's 6 Up. This is the race-by-race preview for Wednesday's meeting at Happy Valley. Our focus now is race number 4, which is over the 1,200 metres. And Chateau is second up for the season. Blinkers go back on. He's on the class drop. Kokshimusu, 2 starts for 2 placings this time in. Happy Fat Cat is minus the hood. We've got Urban Triumph minus the visor. Super Elite has a crossover noseband going on once again. Oversubscribed off that 4th behind Lucky Gore last start. Shinkansen, Hong Kong best from him when we saw him on the 13th of September. And Good for Your Glory trialled Cope at Chungfa, running 3rd behind Dan Attack. Speed here, well, Happy Fat Cat call from barrier number 3. He's got plenty of early toe. Wood on Fire goes forward. They did lead with Golden Luck last time and he didn't run it out. He's been ridden just off the pace in the trial since.
Yeah, and that's why I wondered if they didn't want to lead with him and let Happy Fat Cat go, who didn't lead last start, but when he's won his races, he's been left alone in the front. So I think that's more the more logical ways, Happy Fat Cat to lead out Golden Luck. Keep flying on the turf, can get a nice run. I think Shinkansen can be a place closer than he was last time, and also back to Chateau. And Kokshimusu's got a bit of an awkward draw there in barrier number 10. He might have to go all the way to the back.
And here he is, Kokshimusu, off his last start at Happy Valley. You can see there he's a little closer turning for home than what he might be on Wednesday night. However, his best form is course distance, and he's had 2 starts this season for a couple of placings.
Yeah, look, and he's going well enough, this horse, at the moment. With those placings, just got to overcome that wide draw. He's got to carry the big weight as well. I've included him, but on a very minor line. You can see him finishing off strongly once again here.
That is Kokshimusu, other one they're flying on the turf, finishing down the track. There's 2 in our second replay also. If you do like Win Speeder, he has won second up in the past, but the focus, Paul, has to be that horse that ends up running 4th, Shinkansen. He's last turning for home and a bit of a way last as well.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? And he really caught the eye, finishing off strongly. Was a fast sectional as well. And just past the post, he was actually just about in front. Keegan DeMilo aboard. And look, this is the best run we've seen from him from his 5 starts. It was a very bunched finish, mind you, but he still did what he had to do.
Can you ever leave Wood on Fire out on a Wednesday night in a Class 4 over the 1,200 at the Valley when he's got a reasonably good draw?
No, you can't, definitely. It was funny races. You can see him come off the back. He sort of had to come off heels as such, and he took a turn right. Look, he was trying to go for the gap, and he just looked a little bit reluctant that he wanted to do it. So he actually came off heels. That's what I was talking about there. Had to balance back up again, and then finished off strongly once again. If he'd taken that gap, I think he just about would have won the race.
6-time course and distance winner is Wood on Fire. He's now with Michael Cheng. Now, we mentioned Golden Luck's been back to the trial since, but we'll show you his last start where he led up and ran 4th behind Mega Bonus, and he comes up with a good draw of 2 this week. Yeah,
so look, you can see him leading into the straight here, Golden Luck, and he drew 9. Prior to this, he drew 11. Both times he had to go forward and lead. I don't think he needs to do that. I don't think he necessarily needs to have to lead. So from barrier number 2, he should get a perfect run just in behind. So look, I think he's one of the main dangers.
That's an unlucky Lucky Archangel finishing just behind the placings there. And, of course, he has one up in grade since, Paul.
He has. So the form has definitely been franked. And he'll probably start favourite, I think, as well, Golden Luck. But I just like the way that Shinkansen finished off last time. So I've got him in slightly ahead of him to beat him. 11 to beat 5. Wood on Fire and Kokshimusu. We talked about both those two. Both are very consistent horses here at Happy Valley. 11, 5, 6 and 2.
And if you're a triple trio punter, race number 4 is the first leg. It's all about speed in race number 5 because it's a 1,000 metre Class 4 and there are some high-speed horses in this. We've got Super Commander, one of them, but he was a bit slow away last time. He does draw barrier number 12. Savvy Delight, 2 starts for 2 placings. Second up, G1 Excellence, a 3-time course and distance winner. Sergeant Pepper's a 2-time course and distance winner. Happy Day, first start for Jamie Richards. Blinkers on, tongue tie re-added. King Invincible gets a tongue tie going back on. Sonic Pegasus is on debut, having had 5 trials. And Circuit 7 placed behind Kowloon Star last time. Big run, better draw too. Down in barrier number 2 for Matthew Poon. But all about pace here, Paul. Kowloon Star, Circuit 7, Super Commander, Sergeant Pepper. Does it end there?
Yeah, no, and Ace Talent's gone forward, Island Surprise has gone forward. So it's definitely going to be run at a good tempo as this particular race. Kowloon Star showed, normally you put Super Commander in front of Kowloon Star, but the way he showed the speed last time and Super Commander drawn wide, he's just going to have to work a lot to get across, I think. Circuit 7 has taken a sit in the past, but he's drawn nicely, so we'll see where he ends up.
To see if Kowloon Star can go back to back, we spoke to his jockey, Derek Long. Derek, how impressed were you by that win of Kowloon Star last time?
Yes, last time he won looked like a bit easier. He go forward, he can control the pace, so make him the job a lot easier. That's why he can finish a lot stronger.
The race had a lot of speed in it last time. Did you expect to get the lead as easy as you did?
No, because like you say, when we started the form, it's quite a few horses were up on the pace, but at the end, I lead pretty softly, so yes, very, very lucky.
Is he a tricky horse to ride? He seems to have a few quirks, or has he got better as he's got older?
Well, he fitting well in the morning. He give me a feel. He keep his fitness good. He's fresh. So this time he will do the same, try to lead, and he will just keep going.
There he is, Kowloon Star shooting for back-to-back wins. A couple of the Kings are first up. We're going to look at both of them, Paul, and we start with Invincible. He was actually 7th in the run here, and he ends up winning the trial. Zach Pert and Frankie Laura aboard him. He's a horse that's placed just 1 from 5 on his trials. It's surprised he didn't win last season. He
was declared Aurora at the back end of last season, and then he's had throat surgery in the off-season, and it looks like it's worked because, as you say, he's really come nicely through the gap and showing a little bit here as well. Zach Purton will be aboard, and look, I'm going to include him because I just think that the horse is going nicely at the moment. I like the trial. I like the way he finished it off strongly.
Yes, for Invincible. What about the other King, Excelente, who we have seen place, course and distance? Lyle Hewitson takes the ride for Douglas White, and he trialled behind Red Elegance.
Yeah, look, he won them in a row last season, King Excelente. He's also run 3rd off this rating of 55, so he is capable of doing it. Yeah, he goes in as well. A couple of Kings in there for me.
All right, and there he is cruising to the winning post. Draws barrier number 4, does King Excelente. Got a bit keen towards the end of last season in a few of his races also. What is the makeup of your first 4? Well,
I'm going to do a horse that we haven't talked about, but he basically got really well back last time. We saw him, we know he's got a good turn of foot, and that's G1 Excellent. We've got G1 Excellent, King Excelente, King Invincible, who'd be a caller, all in there, and then Kowloon Star in there for 4th. So ended up with the numbers 3, 7, 4 and 8. Now, G1 Excellence actually runs 2nd off a similar rating here, and I just thought the race would be, with all his pace on, we know he gets back and runs on strongly, it's going to be there to suit him. 3, 7, 4 and 8.
And luckily, Tom will have the call of that race at 9:15 on Wednesday night. Interesting race, race number 6. It's a race where a couple of the speed horses have a wide draw. We'll get to that in a moment. It's a Class 4 over the 1200, and Killandini, he has a new home. He's now with Cody Moe, who's taken off the blinkers and put the hood on. Party Warrior is on the class drop. Awesome Treasure place 2 from 4 course and distance. Travel Golfers minus the blinkers. Cosmo Navigator gets an extra £6 for a senior rider. Colonel is one of those pace horses drawn wide in 12. Proud Dragon comes back in distance. Super Eagle is in good form, and Stoicism. He raced wide first up after trialling well. He does have barrier number 10. With Colonel drawing the outside, Paul, and Cosmo Navigator showing pace last time, you think they'll just come across together?
I think they will. Now, Cosmo Navigator led last time in a quick time, but he didn't lead in his other 2 starts, so I wouldn't be surprised if he lets Colonel go rather than get into a speed battle. We've got a senior jockey on, Cosmo Navigator here, and Hugh Bowman. Awesome Treasure should get that perfect run in behind. He went well at his last start. Stoicism, Killandini likes to not be far away, and Super Eagle, another one drawn well. Party Warrior's downgraded. He's quite well rated at the moment, but he's drawn 9, so I think he'll go back.
The horse just behind at the pace on that speed map is Awesome Treasure, very close to winning last time. Here's his trainer, David Hayes. David, Awesome Treasure, oh so close first up.
Yeah, I think one stride after the post he had won, and I was very impressed with his courage he showed. it looked like the horse that won the race was going to win by a margin, and he fought back hard. So hopefully he can repeat that performance, and he'll go pretty close, I think.
Looking at his form, there's 2s and 4s everywhere through it. Is he just a real little trier of a racehorse?
Well, you can look at it that way or say the other. He's a one-time winner, but he's run second, I think, 5 or 6 times. So he's very consistent, and I'm sure these sort of horses, once they get the knack of winning, they go right on with it. So his track work suggests he's a decent little horse, and if he gets another win or two, he'll prove that.
Got Zach Purton on board this week, and from a good draw. Led up last time. Would you like to be in front again?
Yeah, look, I haven't studied the speed in the race, but I'll leave that to Zach. He's won from sitting just off, and he's been on the pace quite a few times. So he'll be thereabouts right on the pace.
Just in behind the speed on the speed map, and he be following Colonel might be the right one to follow, or Cosmo at Navigator, who are the 2 likely to be in front of him. Paul, Exuberant and Travel Golf are the 2 we look at here. Now, Travel Golf's raced at Sha Tin since then over the 1,000. Much better record here at 1,200 metres. The Exuberant was very sharp last time, giving the leader a big space here, which is Lucky Gore.
Yeah, there's a lot of money for him too this night, and you could see him really finishing off strongly, Exuberant. He's going to get the race run to suit once again, I think, and I think he'll be finishing off strongly once again, so he definitely goes in for me.
That's a good report for the flashing red colours down the outside there. This horse will no doubt be going in because he was very close to being great for you last time.
Yes, look, he'd pulled up lame at his last start. He'd trialled really well leading into this race. Now, they went really quick and in the early sectionals here, but I just like the way he really stayed on. You can see Galvanic, who was odds on, looked like he was just going to absolutely run past him. He fought with him all the way down the street. Now, they both got slingshotted late by Street Conqueror, but I still thought it was a really good run, fresh up, and first time at Happy Valley as well. So there's a senior rider going on him, which I think is positive.
Yep, Hugh Bowman on board Cosmo Navigator in this race. In our final replay features Colonel running 4th, Stoicism 10th after that wide run. Diamond makes some late ground for 5th, but as we'll roll the replay here, Paul, it's unbelievable that Colonel's missed a place the way he's travelled most of the home straight.
Yeah, the same thing will happen on Wednesday night. He'll look like he's going to be winning the race, but then he just sort of faded out late, didn't he, in this contest? And it was a bit of a bunch finish in the end. So the other 4 horses were coming at him hard, but he almost ran 5th, you know, didn't he? But we'll see what happens on this race. But there is a bit of pace in it as well, so I think that could be slightly against him.
But all we need is a map and a compass.
It could be that way, and we can navigate our way to the winner here. Cosmo Navigator for me. So he's on top. The 6 to beat Exuberant. I think he'll finish up strongly. Awesome Treasure will get the perfect run. And I'm going to put Party Warrior in. He'll get well back, Party Warrior, but he is well rated. He's rated 60 now and has one off 66. 6, 7, 4, 2.
And with just an 8-race program, if you are a treble punter, race number 6 will be the first leg of the late treble. It is Happy Valley race number 7, second last on Wednesday night. It's a class 4 over the 1,650 metres, and Royal Pride carries the top weight for the class drop. Lean Hero second up, and he comes back to Happy Valley. Red Hair King makes his Happy Valley debut. Casa Cosmo is up in trip. Good Band, Bang 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 has a hood, a crossover nose band going on. Tongue Tie comes off. He's now with Michael Chang. Chirin Warrior's had a stable change and has joined Manfred Mann. Dragon Star blinkers off, Visor is on, and United Endeavours, tongue tie added, and he's having his first start for Chris So in this race. Dragon Star has been leading and sticking on. Fast Pass goes forward, Paul, but he hasn't been sticking on at the end.
No, so those 2 like to lead. Now, Superb Move was a last start winner, but he got all the favours last time, and he might be caught wide in this. Sure Joyful should get a nice run. United Endeavours from an inside draw. Lean Hero won't be far away. And Red Head King, he might be a place closer because he has led over shorter distances at Sha Tin. The query is he hasn't been to Happy Valley before.
One horse that has been to Happy Valley with success is Lean Hero. Here's David Hayes once again. You've got Lean Hero returning to Happy Valley after resuming at Sha Tin. Will he be a better horse for the run and going to the smaller circuit?
Well, his winning forms at Happy Valley. I really like the way he's trained on since his first up run. I thought it was full of merit, not beaten far, and his preferred track and distance, so he'll run well.
He's got an unusual action, almost like one of those 19 or 1880 paintings that you see of horses. Is there a reason for that, or is that just him?
Looks like Archer, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
I think it's just that he's a horse that might get a bit further later on in life. But you wouldn't think he'd be a valley horse, but he is.
Is it also an action that he's a real trier as well, as opposed to maybe Awesome Treasure?
Yeah, I think this horse is very genuine. Hugh Bowman actually said that the other day. He said every time he gave him pressure, he responded really well. Just found the 14 a bit short.
David Hayes there on Lean Hero. His opposition includes Dragon Star Paul, who's been giving a great side in front ever since that trial up at Chung Fa, where he won by 20 lengths. And Prince Alex does make some late ground in this race. And of course, June Planet, who wins it, has been in very good form.
Yeah, definitely. Look, he's looked good, Dragon Star. Both those two runs here at Happy Valley have been good. And look, I think he can lead easy enough once again here. It's just whether he hangs on. We haven't been able to see him do it. But look, he stuck on fairly well here, didn't he?
Just nabbed late by that horse on the outside, Prince Alex, at the winning post. What we don't see in this replay is the start, where Superb Move nearly parted company with Hugh Bowman. It was Class 5, but he has raced in this grade numerous times for 3 placings. Can he come back up in grade with the lightweight and be competitive again?
That's the query, isn't it? He just won this race at $1.40, I think he was. He was very, very short. I'm not so sure. I think this is a lot harder, this race. And, you know, he didn't really want to win it here, didn't he? But he stuck his neck out in the end and managed just to get his nose in front. So, no, not for me.
OK, leave out Superb Move. But one that is going in is Red Hair King.
I just like this horse coming to Happy Valley. He was expensive yelling, and he's already won a race here in Hong Kong over a shorter trip of 1400. He's by So You Think, so 1650 should be perfect for him here at Happy Valley. He's working well. Hopefully he's at a bit of a price. I'll make him the long shot.
You're confident?
Yeah, I do. I've always had a bit of time for this horse ever since he first trialled and raced. So he's on top. The 3, Lean Hero, we heard from David Hayes here, Dragon Star from the front. And look, that should set it up nicely for 2 and Warrior. Surprised he hasn't won a race yet from his 21 starts, but we'll put him in there on a minor line. 3, 2, 10, 7.
Matthew Chadwick takes the ride on Red Hair King. Paul's long shot in race number 7. Final race at Happy Valley. Post time for this is 10 minutes to 11 o'clock local time, and it is a Class 3 over the 1200 metres. A Not Usual Star, Oriental Smoke, Gallant Waking. They resume, as does Jolly Ruler, but he's had a gear change. The blinkers come off. He's also first up from an enforced break. Lightning Bolt say last start winner, carrying an extra £7. Sugar gets an extra £9 for a senior rider. Swift Ascend, newcomer to Hong Kong with Douglas White. Aoraki Summit has the cheek pieces going on, and a Gallant Crown. All of his wins have been 1400 metres plus. Keep you on board him for David Hayes. Paul, Not Usual Star, led up in the trial. Swift Ascend, Aoraki Summit doing it tough. Good run for Oriental Smoke.
I think that he'll get a nice run just in behind from a nice draw barrier number 5. But Aoraki Summit did go forward in his only start here in Hong Kong. There's no clear leader in this race. Not Usual Star led once when he led all the way in a slow time, and also went forward in a recent trial. So on the grounds of probability, I thought he might lead this race.
We haven't seen a Swift Ascend on race day before. Here's Lyle Hewitson to tell us more. Lyle, newcomer to Hong Kong, Swift Ascend. You've ridden in both trials, so you're the best man to ask. What sort of feel has he given you?
Yeah, I've been quite impressed with him from day one when I first started him here at the tracks at Sharton, and gave his first couple of gallops, and then he took that into the trial and performed very well, and I thought he improved from trial 1 to trial 2 as well. So yeah, I think he's a lovely type, and it's always difficult to start in Class 3, but he's obviously got a rating for a reason, and yeah, looking forward to him starting his career.
Do you find it important for the newcomers, be it raced overseas or first start in Hong Kong, to have trialled around Happy Valley before they race there?
Certainly a plus, definitely on the positive side, having gone there. But with him, we had options of either. I think he would have taken to Sharton or there at Happy Valley. So I think it's just the way the program dictated that he would start off his career at Happy Valley this time.
3 starts in Australia. Do you go back and look at them and see how he's raced and what he's done over there?
Not particularly. I try to take him more on face value of what he's shown here. Of course, I've got an idea of what he enjoyed out there, but sort of got to learn a bit about him here, and sort of trying to go with what I've felt so far and what we've discussed with between Doug and I.
It's Speaking of, Dougie, it's not every day you get the phone call to pick up a ride on a last start Group 1 winner, but your partner Russian Emperor this weekend.
Yeah, during the week before entries came out, I sort of just put my name in the hat, knowing that obviously Huey was going to be committed elsewhere. So yeah, and then day of entries, he got a hold of me. So fortunate to be aboard the horse. Of course, this isn't his target. He always improves after his first run, but he's a multiple Group 1 winner and obviously a class act.
Lyle Hewitson and Swift Descendant touching on the ride with a Russian Emperor. Replays, Paul. Here is Sugar Sugar. He's a long way back and down on the inside. He drew barrier number 11 this night and found the fence. Barrier number 9, but what about the extra weight?
Yeah, that's just a little query. He's got Hugh Bowman aboard now as well. So look, he had the apprentice on. He rode it very well, I thought. Angus Chung didn't go round a horse and had his opportunity and was just beaten on the bob here by Exponential. So a really good run from Sugar Sugar, and I think with Hugh aboard, he'll go back as well and he'll be finishing off strongly.
It's a good push for Sugar Sugar. This was an upset win, especially with Zach Purton riding one at 15 to 1, but on what he'd done on the turf, he was very hard to find in this race, wasn't he?
Yeah, and when you see Zach on a 15 to 1 chance, you know, you wonder how much confidence is around the horse. Look, he came out and he won really nicely. 1 for 1 now at Happy Valley. Can he go on with it? That's the query. I mean, we don't know because he's unbeaten here at the Valley so far. I'm happy to watch him though because he hasn't put two together in the past.
Okay, wait and see with Lightning Bolt. Now some of the trials around a Gallant Waking, he's had 2 of them. This the second one. He wasn't asked to do too much in these trials, but he made ground in both of them.
He did, and this is his go, isn't it? He gets back, he runs on strongly. Now, his last one was of 64. He's at a 74 rating. He's had 3 placings since that 64, and he's crept up the weights without the ratings as well, without actually winning. That was a little concern I've got. But look, the horse is going nicely and the trials have been good, so he's one to include.
That is his trial, Gallant Waking, and Not Usual Star leads for home in this trial. That's All Beauty, who runs in an earlier race in behind him. He ends up running 4th, but he was under a good hold all the way down the straight.
Yeah, he wasn't pushed at all. And look, we've seen him win from the front and at Sha Tin when it was a really slowly run race. He gets a couple of pounds off Not Usual Star. He's one off 73. He's at the 78 rating currently. And I thought he's trialled nicely enough. If he does dictate from the front, we know he can be a hard horse to get past.
And he was good to you last season at times.
Yeah, no, he's look. I think he's quite a good racehorse there. So coming here to Happy Valley, we'll see how he goes.
What are the numbers in the last?
Got to put him in, but only on a minor line because look, I'm not sure about the Happy Valley there with him. Sugar Sugar, he's I think second up or after that run last time, he's ready to win. I'm going to put a horse in Oriental Smoke. Now, he's one off an 83 rating. He's now rated 77. The main reason is the map. I think he's just going to get a perfect run from barrier number 5. And we know he's a horse that's won fresh up in the past. Gallant Waking and Not Usual Star. 7-2-3-1.
And that is race number 8 at Happy Valley, the last on the program. The first race gets underway at 7:10. Earlier start with the 8 races just 5 minutes earlier than usual. A-Course Racing, that's the Valley.